think what's notable about this particular project is that it's such a big building and it's such an old building. And so rather than tearing this building down, we were able to renovate it at 20% of the cost that we would have needed to actually build a new building. So I'm super excited that we were able to save this absolutely beautiful building. And now it's a clean, green energy machine on top of being a beautiful building. That's, to me, is a win-win.
I've worked in this building now for 13 years, and it's a grand building. It inspires awe in me every time I enter it. But when I started here, it was in dire need of some updates. The HVAC didn't work. We didn't really have hot water, and the lighting was outdated as well, and so it needed attention.
The renewal of this building was extremely important because it's really one of the first historic buildings on campus, of which there are many more, that need to be upgraded just like this, to bring this up to the standard that will last for generations.
So buildings are a huge energy suck on our system. They use, about 30% of our greenhouse gas emissions are attributed to our built environment and our buildings. And in 2019, we passed a bill in the Washington State Legislature that requires existing buildings to meet a certain standard. And it basically requires these buildings to invest in energy efficiency measures to bring down the energy use of those buildings. So this is a perfect example of putting that into action and making it happen.
DES ESPC program is an alternative public works program that focuses on energy savings in public buildings. The program has existed since 1985 and has done over $1.6 billion in performance contracts.
So UMC's role in this project was to act as the energy services company, which means we're responsible for the entire project, for making sure everything happens. We guarantee performance, we guarantee savings, we guarantee costs, and in the end, we're here after the project is done, for years after, to make sure that the quality continues.
The systems that we were able to upgrade were the HVAC, the plumbing, and the lighting. So one of the biggest benefits of upgrading the lighting is we went to all LED. They're all dimmable. You can change the color and temperature of the lighting, so it makes it easier for the people to work in their spaces, but it also reduces a significant amount of electricity use.
It's great to be back in this building. What I notice upon returning is that the lighting is so much better. The temperature, although we're still working on adjustments, is so much better and even across the building. And we have potable water and hot water for washing our hands, which we didn't have before.
It feels cleaner. And that might be because of the HVAC system, the air, being able to turn our heat up to a temperature that is comfortable for us to work in. I think is probably one of the most significant things that I've heard from our staff as we've entered back into this building.
I do think that the building works best when we don't notice. The goal is that people in their individual offices will not have to keep adjusting their temperature. The goal is to have the system be comfortable for working, and so that people just don't notice.
The work that UMC did specifically for our scope of work is not visible. We go and install it, they feel it, they just don't see it.
From a design perspective, our goal was to make sure that people couldn't tell we were ever here at all, and think about how we could seamlessly integrate the new infrastructure into the historic fabric of the building.
Although this is about HVAC, it's actually about people too. It's about lawmakers who made a really smart decision that it was time to renew an old building. And it's about the humans, the experts, the local talent who put on their hard hats and made it happen.
There was a lot of coordination that was required. And after everything was said and done, we all came together and we worked very well together and were able to produce an amazing project.
While the project was underway, I was able to tour the project from time to time. It was frightening to see all of the walls taken apart and the wires hanging out, but we were on time and we were shown what the progress was and told why everything was happening as it was happening, and everything came together beautifully.
When this future district energy system for the campus gets upgraded, this system is set to plug into that as a puzzle piece without additional upgrades and be one of the more efficient buildings on campus.
We can build new buildings to comply, but it's super challenging to renovate older buildings to make sure that they comply with our Clean Buildings program. And when you take a building like this, which is a huge project of a very old building, and have such success in bringing down energy use, and also it came in under budget. It doesn't get a lot better than that.